Welcome back to The Express from the Langley International Festival. Scenery, history, and soft adventure. Access parts of the Fraser Valley that you can only get to by boat. Johanna takes us on a wild tour of Mission.
It's called the fastest circle tour on the Fraser River.
The Papa Wheelie on the water is to show off what the riverboat can do.
Everybody still on board? Okay.
I loved it. It was awesome.
It's also a testament to the fun-loving tour guides that run the Fraser River Safari. Joanne runs the eco tours with her husband Rob, a welcome change from her previous career in banking.
Well, my office is a lot better, I have to say that. It is being outside, hanging out with people, having fun, showing them the area. How much better can it be than that?
Today's group is a great example.
We wanted to do something local.
A mix of locals and out-of-towners.
We are from near Nashville, Tennessee, and we are thoroughly enjoying our visit to this area.
Serendipitous for Jean when she was invited along.
This was on my bucket list of things to do.
And for our show crew when I invited us.
Did you hear that, cameraman Rob? Picnic. We just made some new friends.
Yeah, yeah, and we share. You can have half a sandwich or whatever.
We want to see the history, see the Fraser River, hear the history, and so on.
This is one of the last natural habitats for the great white sturgeon. The river has been the lifeblood of the province for hundreds, thousands of years. You can't help but feel that when you're on it. The wildlife here, just the sounds of the river, it's incredible. You have to be in touch with it. They call it the rhythm of the river, and when you feel it, you can't help but be hooked.
That's the real wild side of the Fraser River Safari Tour.
You get back in touch with what it was like before you had cell phones and computers. There's bears on the shoreline, there's eagles. It's nature at its finest.
That's great fun, exciting, and informative.
History, scenery, and some eco-friendly, soft adventure.
Big whitewater thing turning around in a circle was just awesome. It was so exciting. That was the fun part of the trip.
The jet boat adventures happen all year round, and the 3-hour safari tour leaves for Mission Harbor every day. Now from safari to space, Cam Cronin looks at the role of spy satellites and how they help find international terrorists.
Do you ever get that creepy feeling when you go outside that someone's watching you, possibly from high above, maybe even from space? Well, you might not be losing your mind. You might actually be being watched from space. Hi, it's Cam Cronin here at the MacMillan Space Centre for The Express, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about spy satellites. Now, I can't talk to you a lot about spy satellites because, of course, the technology and the information about them is very, very secretive. I can tell you that there are many spy satellites up in space. Many countries have spy satellites, and these are optical satellites that are looking down on Earth with a very, very high-tech camera. And what they're able to do is to pick out various details, things like license plates or movements of people on the ground. They can even look for things like tire tracks. And recently in the news, you might have heard that they used a particular spy satellite to catch a fairly notorious criminal. Osama bin Laden was captured in Pakistan, partially using satellite technology. So what they were able to do is they had a spy satellite about between 600 and 800 kilometers up above the Earth. It had an optical camera. They had some information that he could be on this compound, which was a building and a yard outside, and they used this satellite with facial recognition technology. So it was a camera that was able to look at this person exercising in their yard and try and determine whether in fact that was Osama bin Laden. I think it's pretty interesting, this technology from way up in space able to give that kind of detail. Now, there wasn't many years ago when this was just talked about in movies as something that was part of the future, but the future is in fact now. Now you might wonder, again, are people looking at me from space? Well, unless you're Osama bin Laden, chances are no. No one's looking at you. They might be looking at things like traffic patterns on your street. They might be looking in your backyard to whether or not you put a porch up and you didn't get a permit for it, which is something the City of Vancouver can use aerial photography for, because it does give us an overall image from high above that tells us a lot about what's going on down here on the Earth. And the Space Centre We're very excited because a lot of those satellites are able to tell us how climate change is affecting the Earth, and also how our a change in our regular routines can actually make a benefit to the Earth. And that, I feel, is a great use for this technology. I am kind of interested in spy technology as well, because that is kind of cool, but the bulk of those satellites are doing a lot more valuable work for the planet as a whole. Occasionally, we do catch a bad guy with them, and that is pretty cool. For the Express here at the HR MacMillan Space Centre, I'm Cam Cronin, and the next time you go outside, somebody might be watching you, but I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Are you a space nut? You can meet Cam at the HR MacMillan Space Centre at the planetarium, where he does interactive presentations. There's lots more coming up on the Express. Stay with us. After the break, a canine workout.
We just love to come out and have fun with our dogs and play and do the things that they really enjoy doing with us.
And a trip through the Cariboo backcountry.
There isn't a lot of other people, cars, things around.
The Express. This is your local voice.
I think the Sea to Sky Trail is very unique in the fact that people with different disabilities, different levels of disabilities, maybe not even disabilities, maybe someone with a stroller or someone who just has a hard time walking. Just having a trail of this extent, going through the wilderness the way that it does, we never get to see that anywhere, and we never get to use something like that anywhere. You don't have to be disabled, but just to be out with your friends, your family, it's so important and it's so rewarding.
Welcome back to The Express. It's all about culture on today's show. From here at the Langley International Festival, we learn a little bit about dog diversity.
We were here last year and it was really a lot of fun. We probably have about 12 dogs actually running, and some of them are doing multiple disciplines. We're starting with a carting demonstration, which is actually growing in popularity.
This is card front. The dog has to come into the front position.
Then we're going to do a demonstration on rally obedience, which is kind of a new form of obedience. We'll be doing the main part of the show, which is an agility demonstration, which is really fun, and most of the dogs are really fast, although we have a variety. We just love to come out and have fun with our dogs and play and do the things that they really enjoy doing with us.
Those were some talented canines. This is the festival's 11th year, and it's run solely by volunteers. Now from the diversity of Langley to the backcountry of the Cariboo, we take you away on today's Cultus Lake Big Summer Report.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
The trails are diverse, from grassy hills to the Muddy Mile, as it's affectionately called. The backcountry of British Columbia's Central Cariboo region offers terrain to suit the needs of anyone with a taste for exploration. And what better way to explore this extensive network of trails than by off-road vehicle?
There's so many trails, there's so much riding, there's so much mountain riding for sledding, there's so much trail riding for ATVing and side-by-siding. Such an integrated road system, you know, old logging roads and trails that are overgrown or deactivated that you utilize. And of course just natural valleys and basins that you can ride around in.
The trails around Williams Lake seem made for die-hard off-roaders, but don't be mistaken, those who've never touched an off-road vehicle can enjoy themselves just the same.
You can go from beginners to just the local trails around the lakes to, you know, you can get some more advanced riding up in some of the alpines. So it really is open to anybody's skill level.
Heino Siebert owns Spectra Power Sports. They've started offering rentals and tours of the region. He says visitors can't believe what they see.
But these people, when they come from other areas and see this stuff, they're just awed by how large and huge the areas are and how large the riding areas are and how remote everything is when you go out. You can go 100 miles in one direction and never see another person.
My driver for the day, Dennis Beebe, isn't your ordinary off-road junkie. Beebe is a paraplegic.
The accident for me that's put me in the chair was a mountain bike accident. I went riding an elevated stunt and slipped off that stunt and actually broke my neck, which was about 5 years ago now.
And with the help of a few modifications, he's not only able to continue to do what he loves, but share that passion with others.
He didn't want it to affect what I did, and there's changes that have to be made, and you do things differently now, but I'm still able to get out there and enjoy the recreation that this area has to offer.
The never-ending variety of landscapes and seeming isolation of BC's backcountry trails are a major draw for people visiting the area.
It's beautiful, and we seem to be able to just be out in the great outdoors. There isn't a lot of other people, cars, things around. You get to enjoy all the beautiful scenery, and you get to do something that's really fun at the same time.
Yeah, that's really awesome. The trails we went on today are just amazing, especially the parts through the mud.
Whether it's something you can't imagine doing without, or something you've never imagined doing before, the trails here simply beg to be driven.
No matter what skill level you're at, there's a ride and a trail for you to explore the beautiful Central Cariboo. That is, as long as you don't mind getting really, really dirty. For Big Summer in Williams Lake, I'm Sam Numsen.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
An ATV around the Cariboo sounds like a great time. Now for more events coming up in your neighborhood, here is your Express Spotlight. With the school year fast approaching, parents and students want to find the right technology to get the competitive edge at school. Intel Canada will be touring the Lower Mainland to help smart and informed technology decisions.
Set in San Francisco in the 1960s, The Owl and the Pussycat revolves around two characters, Felix, a reclusive aspiring writer, and Doris, a saucy, flirtatious, aspiring actress. The two collide in this smart and deadly funny play about love. This Tony Award-winning Broadway musical is a stunning exploration of love and the struggle between wisdom and hope.
That's all from us here at the Langley International Festival. I'm Melanie Pineda, and from everyone on the Express, thank you for watching. We now leave you with a look at the local art scene.